Alright, what's popping, y'all? We're back with Remnant 2. Just going to continue on from last time.
It is you. The rumors had me thinking I might not ever see you again. They said you ran off with that old Ford fella and disappeared. I ain't seen you since. Where have you been? You mean that big-ass floating gym over there? Bo said it can take you other places, other worlds even. Before we got here, I'd have laughed in his face. But I've heard weirder stories than that. And I can see on your face, it ain't all make-believe, is it? Feels like anything can be true here. They even healed my root rot. I tell you what, I might just start believing in fairy tales. Even Santa Claus and Fulton's Blend. Yeah, I don't know what's in that stuff Doc Nora gave me, but I ain't felt this good for years. Hell, maybe it was Fulton's Blend. Ah, you know me. I get anxious sitting still for too long. So, I went out to the ruins and scrounged anything useful I could find. I was just doing what I do to survive, you know. Maybe get some things together for when we moved on, but then you didn't come back. And Bo said folks around here could use this stuff, so I set up shop. So hey, if you ever need anything out there in the worlds or whatever, you just let me know. I got all kinds of stuff for trade.
She sells you simulacrum? Oh, I see her purpose now. Okay,
Come
okay.
back if you need anything.
Oh, it's Whispers. Man who can't speak.
Much about life before the war.
So many new faces these days. Things must be getting a mite easier out there. Welcome, traveler. I'm Reginald Malone. but my friends call me Reggie. You can too. Heard the old founder dragged you down into the ward on some mysterious business of his. I'm glad to see one of you came back safe and sound. Can't say the same for Ford. Clementine neither. Wish she hadn't gone and followed you. I don't suppose you know where they are now. Taken? I don't like the sound of that. Well, I hope you don't give up on him. Ford now. I suspect he'll come back when he's ready. But folks
Oh,
are worried about
Ducky!
Clementine.
How you doing?
Getting right to business. I respect that. Let's see what we got going on here.
How you doing, Ducky?
My account was signed off.
Bruh.
And I forgot my password.
Oh.
Help, this is my third.
Ducky, please. Write down your account credentials in like a notebook or something.
Knows what this is.
Can't be doing this to yourself, Ducky. Come on.
Keep your wits about you.
What? Hey, get away from my stew! Oh, it's you. Oh, nonsense. I'm sure you had a reason. Mi casa et tu, Brute. And all that. So, what can old Mudtooth do for you, huh? Oh, ho, ho. You came to the right place, traveler. Quite a bit, stranger. The name's Mudtooth, and ain't nobody been around longer or seen more than I have. Except maybe old Ford, of course, but that old mudder...
Emoji censorship.
He hardly tells any of his stories. Only 3 reasons why folks come to see me, and that's my stories or my stew. Yeah. So, young'un, what'll it be? That so? Huh. Did I tell you about the stories yet? That one too, eh? Well, that's it, ain't it? My stories and my stew. Listen, you sure I said there were 3 reasons? 'Cause there's only 2, and that's certain. Huh. Only 2 reasons folks come to see old Mudtooth, and you know both of them. I'm pretty sure your memory's slipping. Town, you call it. Back in my day, a place like this wouldn't be considered much more than a camp or a bivouac, you might call it. Nah, this ain't no town. Not yet. But it is a fine place to set up kip. I lived by myself for years, see? Had myself a what you calls it, a hockapatopter. That thing could fly to the moon and back. It could. Anywho, I was living by myself when my boy Brabus showed up saying we should move on. Told me it wasn't safe for me to be living like I've been living no more. He told me about this place. Got some nice people here. Took some getting used to, being around folks again. Well, Brabus, he's my son. 'Twere his idea to come join this little shanty town. Not a bad idea it was, neither. He's over yonder.
Emoji, redacted for the sake of your channel, redacted for the sake of your channel, redacted for the sake of your channel, redacted for...
Guess he didn't get his old man's gift for gab, eh? You bet your apple I can. But these ain't just stories, stranger. They're objective retellings of legitimate occurrences what you wouldn't believe. Now, where to start? So I was on a scrounge with the Crazy Eight. That was my gang back in the day. We came across this old hospital, see? Folks were holed up in the basement, trapped there for God knows how long. But
All right, I'ma go spend time with my family.
Alright, Ducky, you have yourself a nice day.
We got 88 problems, they'd say, and dead folks ain't one of them. But not me. I knew those folks needed help. Also, knew they had food and meds. So I fought for them, tooth and nail. Literally a-biting and a-chewing the damn deadwood off me. When it was over, the crazy eight come up to me, and I just smile at them, with root bits stuck all over my teeth. Looked like mud, they said. There you go, Mudtooth. Name stuck ever since. I'm always here to answer them, if you got them. Well, sure. Been cooking all day, getting the flavors just right. Take care, young'un. Don't be a stranger.
How goes it, friend? You know where to find me.
I bet Riggs could help me out. I should stop by sometime. Well, you know, we try to use everything we can. Like, for instance, I give the animal skins to Whispers for his craft.
The pestilence has not yet harmed this one. Good. Only the finest.
Pre-recorded.
No. How could you say such a thing to me, Ducky? Come on. I thought we was homies.
Beware the pestilence.
I didn't believe Bo when he
I
said...
don't know you.
It'd be like that.
Coming right back through the damn thing.
Oh wait, I know who I should talk to. Actually, first though...
This is B3 Hemeth Chomper. This is Remnant 2 player, not Minecraft.
Not everything is going to be Minecraft, Ducky. You just gotta live to accept that, man.
I think it's because you secretly burned my armor and you don't want to show me.
No, your armor is still very much alive and well.
The traveler returns. I knew you'd say that.
So now you're saying my armor is alive and ran away?
No, it's alive and well. It's not gone.
Goodbye, traveler.
It's still Gucci.
Did you leash it?
No.
Does it talk to you?
No. It's an inanimate object, Ducky.
Is it alive?
No. As I just told you, it's an inanimate object.
But you said it's alive and well, so now you're lying to me. Now I'm worried that you stole it.
Where could I possibly steal it? It's in a super flat world. The world limit is like 4 blocks beneath me.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe you were like, I hate everything, and got mad at this game and stole it.
Where would I steal it? You ain't making no sense, Ducky. Come on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know what this is. Okay.
What did you do to Johnny or that other guy that was there?
Nothing. As far as I know, they're still alive and kicking, living their lives.
Let me talk to him.
Well, he's not here. So you kinda can't.
Nice purple sweating. This game or Minecraft?
I think I'm gonna stay on this game, Ducky.
Harry Lord, takes your steel to my hated prison. Spectral infant.
Wow, so this one is better. Yesterday I thought about myself, but mine Versifer, okay.
Listen, man, I still like both games. I'll play Minecraft eventually. Just relax with it.
Harry Lord, takes your steel to my hated prison. Spectral concern on one who wants no more of this half-life. To my hated prison. Spend your his concern on one who wants no more of this half-life. Harry Lord, to my hated prison.
You probably get this a lot, but you sound like Ninja from Fortnite.
That is literally the first time I have ever gotten that. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Ducky, I kinda hate it.
No, I've seen people tell you that, but you sound like an extremely squeakier version of him.
No? I mean, my mic doesn't do my voice justice, but my voice is actually extremely deep. And before you stated it just now, not a single soul on this fucking earth has ever said I sound like fucking ninja from Fortnite. Not one.
So now you're trying to tell me that you let my armor run away.
Your armor didn't run away, Ducky. It's still there, okay? It's still under the same makeshift roof that I put it. It's still on the exact same armor stand that I put it on. Still has the exact same hanging sign that's right next to it. It's still there, Ducky. It hasn't left anywhere.
Face turquoise drinking coffee, face turquoise covering eyes, face fuchsia tongue out. No, it's not.
This game is called Remnant 2, Ducky.
I didn't hear you.
It's called Remnant 2.
Is it really?
Yes, Ducky. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. You're kind of starting to piss me off. Stop.
Yay, a bunch of people say that.
Then maybe you should, you know, fucking take it to heart.
No, I don't really do that, cause then if I do I get really mad and they get mad too.
It's basically a lose-lose situation here.
What are you trying to say?
If you keep on your bullshit, I'm going to get mad, and then you're going to get mad. It's a lose-lose situation.
Well, look here over here where I am.
Here they come.
it's over.
I finally fucking do it?
Am I? Is this real? Or has insensate madness claimed me? Exalted. I have not tasted air unmixed with the foul humors of the tango in an age's age, nor did I dream that I ever might again, much less feel the soft touch of good soil beneath my hooves, or the kiss of the wind on my free fur. Faithless have I been, and yet Paxaltec came, with war in its right hand, and temperance in its left. The Paxaltec came, and I am saved. Two-handed warrior. It has my allegiance, whatever may come. Paxaltec have a gift for death, this much is true, but they are not all destroyers. Perhaps if it fights with us, perhaps the root may yet be crushed under the wheel of time. Take this, though it be a relic of Wheelamer, stewards of death. Wield it in defense of life. I think I shall linger here a while yet. Many are those who fell on these blood-soaked steps. No, some are now naught but bones. They each deserve the funerary rites of royalty. These I shall endeavor to complete with whatever time is left to me. If its road should ever wind this way again, grace me with a visit. There are yet tales of Yesha, I might tell it, if it cares to hear them shared. On the contrary, it has been ages since I felt so very much alive. Let us first be properly introduced. Once I was called Lich, foremost of the Lemir. High priest of the dead. How I gloried in that title. Would that I had known the irony. A funerary priest of the deathless, the highborn. One who wraps the powerful in glory, and a Muslim who seals the secrets of the eternal empress with sweet seed oil and with night sap. We guarded the flesh of the great and sought their resurrection. Among these trusted sacred pan, I was the utmost. I relished the favor of her permanence. More fool I. For many epochs, the highborn did not fear the flow of time, for the fruit of the Thane tree kept it at bay. But there are other ways to die. Misadventure. The Eternal Empress dreamed of defeating this final terminus. If life could be taken, could it not be given back? The flesh was preserved against that question's answer. This was the province of the Lemir. But let us start at the beginning. Much would I have it know. And to know all, it must know what is first. Would it hear the history of the Pan? In the time before time, the Pan lived in the place that was. It is said that there came a great plague that ravaged the land so that the fields were seeded only with the bones of the dead and yielded only the cries of the bereft. With his flock drowning in woe,
The leader of the
I'll
band
follow.
held
I'm gonna
forth
still be
a
here, but
great
I'm gonna mute my mic
decree.
real quick.
100 ships were built to hold 10,000 souls, with their god of many faces cutting the waves before them. The band that were ventured across the Vilkmarza, the dark sea, through the long night. The Vaughn's prayed and the Red Widows wept, for no one knew if the dark sea had a far shore. 100 days lit the 100 ships, and 100 nights drew their swaddling across them too. But on the 101st day, as the Red Widow in the foremost ship bowed her horns to the god of many faces, a bird lit between them, singing, "Glory to the Pan, for they have reached the King Mother." Yesha rose like the dawn before them, unseen, untamed, and free. The king who was, he known to the Pan as Colket the War-Handed. Later, Colket the Woe-Begone. And at last, as Colket the Wise. Quick of blade was he in his youth, a fearsome general who watered the tree of progress with the lifeblood of many enemies. But the exploits of youth brought Colket no peace in age. They say he took the plague as fate's judgment against his warlike eye. Fate offered a choice: flee the land of his fathers, or end his line as the king of death. Colket hesitated no more in pilgrimage than he had in war. He raised up ships as once he had raised regiments. He sailed from the place that was with a heart full of hope. He was never to see Yesha's shores. He passed in peace before the crossing's end, greeting death with grace. The god of many faces had been with the Pan since the place that was. Longer. None speak of a time before its guardianship. It was a god as real as the soil beneath us. A god one could visit, a god one could touch. Its ways were not known, but all agreed it loved us and ever would. More would I have it here of this, for this tendril twines with its own. But patience two-handed one, each thing in time. In those days, there was no empress. There were no queens. Colket the Wise passed on the dark sea and left no heir. It was only agreed that the clergy should step in where Colket had stood. The Vaughns spoke for the many-faced one, and the Red Widows spoke for the sun, stone, sky, and stream. It had been ever thus. Now, they linked hands to cradle the destiny of the Pan. For 80 days, the Vaughn's fell prostrate upon Yesha's unfamiliar shore. They prayed for a sign that our searching was over, and that this forest should be ours.
Someone keeps
on
ringing
the
doorbell, so
80th day.
I'll be back in
Two
just a second.
forms emerged from the depths of the jungle. First came a doe with coat of red. Where it walked, the soil gave forth flowers and sweet berries, and they took it as a sign of grace. But behind the door came another. A wolf with fur as lightless as the obsidian waves the Pan had so lately crossed. Surely, this great beast was a portent of death. Yet, desperate were these threadbare priests of old, and of these visions to their charges, these Vaughns spoke only one. And why not? The doe fills all who glimpse it with a spirit of hope and a sense of growth. It leaps among the shrub and bramble even now, even with Yesha sundered by the root. There are those who think it more than a spirit, a god in waiting. These call themselves the children of the Red Doe. The carpenter's daughter was one such. May her faith be rewarded. May her spirit roam the forest alongside the doe forever free. Those who glimpse the doe often glimpse the wolf, for the latter seems compelled to pursue the former. Yeah. To hear those early Vaughns tell it would be to hear of many different wolves in pursuit, and only one doe. A simple deception, but a far-reaching one. Modern Pan know the truth. What must it be to spend an eternity chasing that which one might catch but may not kill? For the wolf and the doe have often met, antler and tooth, hoof and claw. The doe may spill the wolf's blood, and the wolf may taste the doe's flesh, but never the other's life to take. Yesha itself forbids it. They say the chase has driven the wolf quite mad. With the assurance of the Vaughns, the Pan took to Yesha and she to us. And for a time, there was stillness. Men were born who had never known the land that was, nor the endless sea at their backs. One such was called Genus. She was but 15 springs when she felt the calling of the Red Widows, and not 3 more when she felt the touch of sickness. As Genus approached the door of death, she sought her sisters, for there were no Lamer yet, and it was the Red Widows who ushered the Pan into the soil. But Genus's malady was
Ender still on?
To her, to the elder
no.
Pan,
I think he left.
it seemed the plague had found them again, even on this distant shore. Genus was shunned, cast out into the jungle, and her name was forbidden from Pan lips. None among them could have foreseen what would come next. Plague-ridden and scorned, the Red Widow Genus had been cast into the jungle to be forgotten.
We could have had Duel of the Ducks, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face.
Genus emerged. The Pan were humbled, for all signs of plague had been lifted from the young Genus, replaced by a regal gait none could deny. Fascinated, all assembled to hear her tale. And quite a tale it was. Genus spoke of a vision that had come upon her as she lay in the moss, gasping out her last. In her vision, the plagues had returned. Pan, young and old, wailed and keened and spat their last blood on Yesha's pristine sand. But then, when all seemed lost, a great tree rose out of the jungle, strange and wonderful, and heavy with luminous fruit. This tree, the Fae,
When did he say that?
gave all who ate of it a life unending.
Oh,
the Pan
damn.
embraced it, and their glory stretched on for 1,000 epochs. Genus rose to power on this. A spire built of words. By spreading
Why hello, fellow duck.
and salvation. The Red Widows were easy converts, inclined to believe their sister, and eager to spread her vision to all the Pan. In time,
Hey, remember me from the first time.
even the Vaughns. It was a great shift. It would not be the last.
Yes, I do.
The Red Widow's genus was quickly elevated to Widow Mother. The crops flourished, and the villages spread. The jungle receded from the shore. It is difficult to say. Genus has had charge of her own legend.
Remember the ad channel?
Ages. Suffice to say, there is enough truth to her vision for me to know her personally. Though
I got there to out this name.
some 30 mothers hence.
Good.
And yet, in knowing her, I find its question impossible to answer. But we get ahead of ourselves, two-handed one. Many seasons passed, and Genus grew stooped and lined as all Pan before her had. In her 77th winter,
I made my first account when I was young.
the Thane called to her, and she told her people it was time to seek it out. For the calamity was imminent. 500 Pan were assembled.
I grew an identity.
The expedition. Genus herself, a contingent of Red Widows, a party from each of the villages. Many imagined they would never see their queen again. Those that lived long enough came to know the taste of those words. When Genus, now as young and beautiful as the day she first beat death, emerged from the jungle once more.
So I named all sequel accounts after it.
Immortals at her back. She had been reborn a second time. As an Empress Eternal. For years they searched the forest, battling hunger, storms, and beasts red of tooth and claw. 20 winters passed. Many succumbed to death or to doubt by the 21st spring. Only 5 Red Widows and 44 common Pan stood at Genus's side.
I can't change my name cause I like to think my old friends are trying to find me ever though they aren't and they want and now I'm stuck. How's Remnant 2?
Who tasted the fruit and
Well,
felt time
finally did manage to kill
fall
that
from
boss
their
that
shoulders.
I was agonizing over last night. I know I've been talking to this guy for like half an hour. Tell me all the stories.
No plague has touched the Pan since. But calamity wears faces nearly as numerous as our god of old. Unless I am much mistaken, the Empress lives yet. For no funerary smoke has filled the sky.
Wonder it's an odd thing.
If the Pan vanish from Yesha's soil, I imagine she will be the last to depart. With death thus leashed, the eternal Genus and her immortals brought forth an empire heretofore unknown. Great ziggurats were hewn from the living rock, and at their feet grew great cities lit by art.
We'll have to accept we may not find our old friends again or any other situation.
Save one. If only the Pan of that epoch had wondered as it does two-handed one. What of the great calamity? But none worried. Save a few volts. The old ways were dying, and the Empress was not. No achievement seemed beyond the reach of the Pan. It was then that the wolf came. Ah, but the story of Yesha is the story of who tastes the fruit of the Thane tree. 49 immortals begot many more. A deathless aristocracy. They traded favor with the Empress, traded...
I lost 2 good friends after I left Discord, though it may not compare to yours.
They called it the Ravager. The very obsidian beast the Vaunts of old had glimpsed and hidden. It sprang from the jungle as sudden as a squall. It made no more than mutton of the bravest warrior. Fear fell like night across
They helped me learn there are good people in this world.
Ravenous death none could tame. There were those who would have seen the beast slain, but the Ravager was never much glimpsed.
They stuck with me at my lowest.
And vice versa. The green things of the jungle sprang from the red doe's feet. But on what do green things grow, if not the flesh of departed life? Who knew what would become of the doe if the Ravager were felled? Who knew what would become of the jungle? Who knew what would become of the Thane tree? It was the twice humbled Vaunts who kept the Empire from vanishing down the Ravager's throat. For the Vaunts had pondered the beast since it first appeared to them on Yesha's shores. It was they who had learned to listen to Aethir's song. They who learned to appease the Ravager with tribute, with dance, and with music. Balance returned, and the wheel of time rolled on.
How were yours?
The song of all living things. It permeates our forest. It whispers in the leaves, thrums in the soil, shines in the sun, babbles in the stream. The Vaunts devote themselves to the song's mystery. They play it to tap its power, as other Pan might use the energy of a crystal, or the heat of a flame. Those attuned in prayer hear it strongest. But all may catch its strain from time to time, even a Paxotech. Who is to say? For that was hardly the last calamity to befall the Pan at Yesha. With the Ravager appeased, the Empress dreamed of rule eternal. She should likely have had her wish. But for one thing, the Thane tree, that of the fruit of immortality, began to die. For many lifetimes her permanence hid this knowledge from all who served her, slave and immortal alike. And why not? She had amassed a great store of fruit, and surely something could be done to save the tree. Why crack the very bedrock of her society? But the tree's decline could not be arrested. Fruit was rationed. Noble lineages withered. We lay mere, once prepared for the final death of death. Only those immortals who had fallen in battle or by misadventure. Now, we found ourselves winding wizened nobles in sap and muslin by the hundreds. Perhaps what came next was inevitable. Rebellion, insurrection, revolt. This was the fire that was to sweep through Yesha's jungle. For a life of lifetimes, the eternal Empress had hidden the decline of the Thane tree, but like the Vaunts of old, had underestimated the power of one young, plague-addled Red Widow. Genas herself failed to foresee the power of one called Navun. Ah, Navun was one of her Eternity's own guards. How she learned of the rot at the roots of the Thane tree, I cannot say. I know only that she had no taste for the Empress's deceptions. Navun fled the ziggurat and spread the news far and wide. Her words found home in the ears of the gull. Yesha's slave caste. No slaves could hope to challenge the power of an immortal aristocracy. But what about a nobility in disarray? One where the great and powerful would soon fight for scraps of fruit like bare-ribbed dogs. They rose, first singly, then in a tidal wave. Ever was Gina served by the Red Widows. She was still Widow Mother. Is still, if such a thing has any meaning now. Some among the widow's ranks forswore tenderness, and became instead her permanence's highest guard. Genus herself had been the lowest widow in her order, and she had turned Pan society inside out. How fitting, then, that the last and least of her own widow guard should become her greatest adversary. It bridled when I called it God-murderer. Surprised I am that it should know so little of the deep track its kind have trekked across our soil. Let us walk those prints now, that it should be enlightened. It has heard of Yeshad civil war, of slave with blade of hoe to neck of noble, and noble with point of sword to belly of slave. Into that tempest walked one of its kind, Paxotech. I cannot say why, though perhaps it might someday tell me from whence.
The last thing I heard from my old friend is that they took drugs. I seen a video of him talking to the police and stuff. I don't know fully WH.
Gaze toward the fruit of immortality, our god of many faces. Remain satisfied with the scant worship of the vaunts and the commoners. It was an ever-present comfort. A guardian we scarcely thought of. The destroyer, Paxotech, oh yes, its kind, drove its blade into the pure heart of our guardian. We knew not that it was the god of many faces who kept the root from this world. But in death, many faces' absence was soon felt.
How were they to you?
Already torn by war, were cast, let blood of caste. There came reports of some new woe. Travelers spoke of twisted horrors on the road, but we who...
How good a friendship or strong an alliance?
Only scoffed. Who knew that the very air could rip? That the world itself could tear and spill like a wine-skin under hoof. Oh, how we fought. Priest and prince and pauper, side by side. Our world's lifeblood drizzling through our fingers as we clutched.
This man's telling me the whole lore of Yesha.
Yesha's slit throat. Most perished. And I became enmeshed. I thought our tale told, our race run. And yet, among the Pan, there is a saying. Why just ask the Rin?
Take notes, he cooking meth.
I gave the impression perhaps that Yesha was uninhabited at the arrival of the Pan, save for the doe, the wolf, the birds, and the beasts. This is not so.
They were nice, but I knew he would do something like this. We still talked when he did half of the things he does today, like he would get sus.
To defend their forest. But Lash and Lure put that to rest. Lash, in that no Rin could hope to withstand the onslaught of energy we Pan have learned to draw from Yesha's native crystal. The Flying Ones have no talent for crystal craft. Lure, in that under no...
Hey, that guy, who are you?
Rin eggs reach maturity only with great difficulty. I know not who first discovered the potential for symbiosis between our species.
Jin.
Only that it is a whimsical god indeed who sends the most precious resource one kind could hope to acquire out the hind end of the other. As sure as there is iron in the soil of Yesha, there is irony. It was a pad-footed Paxeltech who slew our guardian and brought the root. Would it be so strange to see a Paxeltech drive them from our shores? Perhaps. Perhaps as with Genus and the Voon. The strangeness is the point. It has done me a service unpayable. No reward can suffice. But perhaps, if it cannot be rewarded, it can be equipped. Colket brought war, then wisdom. Its forebears brought the root, but its wisdom stayed the flames, that I might live beyond the hated knot. Take this now, as a token of my gratitude.
Oh, you're asking about my friend?
Yo.
The Pan must put their faith in action and belief, not weapons and walls. I forever owe it thanks, as shall the many souls scattered on these steps. To them I must tend. Be well, two-handed warrior. Be strange fate's agent.
Ouch.
Two-handed warrior. The Paxeltech has become full-minded scholar. I honor it. There is no more I can teach the two-handed warrior. It has heard all.
E3 Hemet Chomper, how many questions must you ask this English-speaking cow?
There is no more
It's not
I
a
can
cow.
teach the two-handed warrior.
Like a...
It has heard all. Still, I welcome.
It's a satyr. From fucking Greek mythology, I think. Like half human, half goat, or whatnot. Oh, hold on. Increases mod duration by 50%. Increases mod cost. Yo.
English-speaking cow sounds better.
What can I do for you? So long.
The pestilence has not yet harmed this one. Good. The finest crystals anywhere. Be safe on its journey, Paxeltech.
So how is everyone?
You know, just living.
Here again? What fun!
The moon is power, beast. A superior moon is potent. A blood moon, infinitely more so. The moon hunts close to Yasha. When he does, his pull on both the tides and your mortal instincts is more intense. And when the Lady Sun joins, the concoction is cosmic. The ancients called it the wounded brightness. The blood moon heralds the beginning of an end. None know. It changes from age to age, but it is always something big, sweet beast. The blood moon promises a show of shows. Now, have I yet sated your hunger for knowledge, or is there more you would ask? This has been just a lovely distraction.
Alright. Time to go that way. Hi, Gira. Come here. No, hey, come here. Gira. Ain't none of that. None of those.
Whew, it's over. Okay, this is it.
Okay. I don't know what that was, but Blood Moon Essence. Okay. Hi.
Come and get some.
Well, at least that's over.
Alright, looks like we're finally going this way.
How can this humble musician be of aid? Of course. I can do more than tell the Paxultek. There is a song. Of course, I cannot sing it. I am a flautist, after all, not a vocalist. The lyrics, too, are not the same in Paxultek tongue, but Yeisha cares for all her children, kind and wicked alike. To breathe one air, to swim the same stars, all are connected to all. When power calcifies, the blood moon will rise. Inaction serves the powerful. The moon brings forth death, the blood of the oppressed. Balance demands change, or something like that. I have tried to give it some measure of meter, but the wordplay is forever lost in its tongue. May it return again.
Okay.
This place gives me the creeps.
Okay. Is that blue or purple? I think it's blue.
Shit!
Yeah.
It was blue.
Okay, this is it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's it. For now.
Enemies of the Great Wolf are here!
Not good.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Damn. Is it over?
Using a relic reloads equipped weapons. Okay.
Great. More bad news. This isn't looking good.
Yes, there's the football. Celerity stone. I don't think so, big boy. Okay, don't want to go down there.
Come on.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Did I just commit sacrilege?
No bad news.
Glad that's over. Holy hell.
604. Hey, looks like this is another boss.
Shit.
Oh. It's another one of the, priests of the dead. What am I supposed to do here?
So what do you play on?
Right now I'm playing on the PS5.
In the PS4.
Well, usually I play on PS4, but this game is PS5 exclusive. Well,
PS5 asterisk.
PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC.
Okay, this is it.
I forgot PS4 exists. I'm fine being behind one console generation. PS5 asterisk.
Here they come.
Come on, come on. This ain't good.
Oh, okay. Took a bit of trial and error, but we did it.
Emoji man burning alive in potassium.
Damn. Okay, well, I'm going to end the stream here because I need to go walk my dog. So I'll probably restart the stream later on when I get back. After I do a few more chores actually as well. But yeah. See y'all next time. Peace out. God bless. And if I